Hi guys, welcome back today. So I'm gonna go ahead and do my morning skincare routine. Look at this crazy hair. Why is it every time I get on the camera I have crazy hair? You guys, maybe because that's how it is in real life. Okay, so I'm gonna do my morning skincare routine for you guys today. I'm gonna do it in front of you. These are all the things I use right before I do my makeup for the day. And I would say that this is geared more towards like acne prone skin, but also dry. Like, I know that seems like it may not be possible, but I promise you it is very possible to be dry and have acne, because I'm that person. All right, so I'll just put on my cute headband. Look how cute. This is gonna be a fun one. All right, pretty. Okay, so I told you guys in my Nordstrom haul that I just purchased this and I'm really liking it so far. I always go for a scrub in the morning. That's like my go-to. I do a scrub in the morning, and then at night, after I've taken off my makeup, I use my Clairsonic. So that's what I'm gonna do today. That's what I typically do. Waiting for the water to get warm. Okay, so I just wet my face. Get my face a little bit damp, and then show you guys how much I take of this, because you don't need a lot of this scrub, because it's kind of, I'll show you. And you don't have to press very hard on your face with this, because the little, I call them beaties, but the little granules that are inside the soap are really, really good. So you don't really have to like scrub. And see how it kind of like foams up? Kind of like that. But I really like to get it in the areas where I'm like super dry, which is right here usually, and then right here I'm really dry. And I'll scrub for probably a good like minute, just to make sure I got all those areas that are potentially flaky, that could make my makeup look like crap. Okay, then pat that dry. You guys, the lighting is awful in here. And look at this cuteness. Okay, and then here's where like I feel like the kind of the acne control part might come in. For any of you girls out there that might be suffering from acne, because I'm one of them. I'm that 35-year-old woman that suffers from acne. I talked about this also in my Nordstrom haul, that video. I'll link it either below or put like a little info bar right here, but this is the 2% BHA liquid, and I don't really tone, like I've never really toned my face. This is about as close to a toner, I guess, that I would get, but it's not considered a toner, but the way the product is set up, you would think that's what it is, because it's just a liquid, and I put it on, and I just use like a dime-sized amount on a little cotton pad, and I use the Whispers cotton pads because they're so thick, and they have like two sides. They have an exfoliating side and a smooth side, and I really, really like these, the cotton pads. And I know that may not seem like it's important, but it is to me, because some can be way too flimsy. That's my husband texting me. He knows I'm filming. And I just kind of rubbed that all over my face. And because I had that treatment done to my neck, I've been doing it there too. Just trying to exfoliate all that skin that's down there from that microneedling that I had done. So the next thing I use is kind of, it's very particular to a certain skin need. I actually was prescribed this by my plastic surgeon before I had the microneedling treatment done, because they were worried that the radio frequencies that they were going to put into my skin through the microneedles would cause my discoloration, which I had like a little bit here and then a little bit here and some on my nose. And so my plastic surgeon prescribed this to me. It's hydroquinone. Let's see if I can. There it is. And then it's a 4% gel. This was actually compounded for my particular skin type. Like I saw the PA call it in front of me and say, we need this amount and this amount. And this is basically for discoloration. It really, like, this stuff is strong and it stinks to high heaven. Like it's awful. But in the morning, what my plastic surgeon told me to do is to put it just on the areas where I have the discoloration. So underneath my eyes, like a melasma type thing right here, which is usually caused from pregnancy. I didn't notice it because I have an 18-month-old, but I didn't notice it a lot when I was pregnant. But after, I guess, the plastic surgeon was like, yeah, that's from pregnancy. So I didn't know that, and I didn't notice it until I actually went into the office and they were like, yeah, you have lots of discoloration. And I was like, oh, okay. So they gave me this from this prescription so that it would like lighten up those areas. So when the radio frequency, what's that called? The wavelength or whatever, the radio frequency, wouldn't cause it to get worse. So it's really toned down, like the discoloration in my skin. And I'm sure, like, if you went and asked, I know they have stuff like this, like it's like basically a dark spot corrector. So I know that if you really wanted to get something like this, you could, I'm sure you could go to a dermatologist or whatever and they could get you something like this. Then with that comes, you have to wear sunscreen if you're using something like that. But anyway, after using something that's going to correct like discoloration and even like a retinol product, which I do use at night, you have to use a sunscreen. I mean, you should use the sunscreen anyway, but because of using those products, it's even more important to use a sunscreen. This is just one I found at TJ Maxx from, is it Boscia? I don't know exactly how to pronounce the word. But anyway, yeah, this is 15 broad spectrum, can I say the word? Broad spectrum SPF 15. It's usually, that's not really enough. I should be using like 30 or more, but I haven't really been going outside lately because of the treatment that I had. Plus it's super cloudy, which usually doesn't matter. You still should wear sunscreen. But anyway, yeah, I should be using an SPF of 30. I have this one of 15 I'm trying to get rid of. So there we go. All right, so next, and this is something, once again, I've talked about 1,000 times on my channel. And I only put this on if I know I'm going to be putting on makeup for the day. That was good. If I know that I'm just not going to put on makeup that day, which I do have days where I'm just like, screw it, I'll just go straight to moisturizer and eye cream. But because I'm going to be putting on some makeup today, I use the Chanel Hydra Beauty Micro Serum. And I usually do like a pump and a half, and it's super runny. You can see it running down my hand. And I'll kind of just like rub this gently, like in areas that I know are super dry on my skin, and then kind of blend the rest out. You guys, this smells, like the smell of it is so good. I love the smell of it. I could bathe in this stuff. I love it so much. So yeah, I just get that mostly in the concentrated areas, and then I just kind of push it out on my skin. But yeah, since that treatment, I really had to focus a lot on my neck because it's been so bad, like healing it. So I've had to like slather on the moisturizer. So now it's just kind of, now after 2 weeks, it's become habit, which is good, I guess, right? This is my Chanel, the bottle of Chanel. Like I can't have it like this. Like I have to have it like where the CCs are like, do you guys do that with stuff? Like I'm kind of a weirdo, I'm OCD about stuff like that. I have a few moisturizer options for you guys. Let me see. So 2 eye creams, and then one that can kind of be used as an eye cream that's just a face moisturizer. This is the Estee Lauder Revitalizing Supreme Global Anti-Aging Eye Balm. It's not the plus, it's not the Revitalizing Supreme Plus, it's just the regular one. And I got this in a, like a little kit thingy. This is really good for under the eyes. I barely have like any left in there. But this is really good for underneath the eyes. I really like this. And when I do use this, I do notice that the crepiness right here, which I get and most women do, when they start to age, they get a little bit of crepey dryness. This really helps that. I also have, and this is more of a super luxury item, the Chanel, what is this called? Let me see if I can read French. Le Lift Cream You, which is obviously for, it's French. I have to be careful because this is glass, and if I drop it, I will cry. This is a really good eye cream too. I usually only use this at night just because it's really expensive and it's super fancy. So I try to use that well, I do use it every night, but I don't really use this during the day because I find that it's not necessarily, it's kind of heavy. So it takes a minute for it to sink in, and you know, obviously I want to always kind of move right into my makeup. And then this I picked up just kind of randomly. I was at, where was I, Walmart or Target, and I am not a drugstore moisturizer person. Like, I would prefer to use something a little bit better on my skin. But I got this a few weeks ago, and I've gone through it pretty quick because of all the dryness I've had from my treatment. But it's the L'Oreal Collagen Moisture Filler, day or night, it says. Looks like this. This was seriously, I think, like $9. How many ounces do you get? 1.7 ounces, so it's pretty good. At first I was really scared that it was going to break me out because it has it's super fragranced to the point to where it can be, it can be nauseating. And now every time I put this on my skin, like, it has that scent. So it reminds me of right after that, my treatment I had done where I was pretty much miserable because it was so harsh. Now every time I put it on, I'm like, oh God. But it's a really thick, thick, thick cream. Can you guys see that? Sorry, the lighting is so shitty. But it's really, really thick. And so what I've basically, now that I have healed, I've been putting it under the eyes right here, and it's super, super good for under the eyes because it's really thick. And that's basically how I've been using this, just to kind of use it up, because it, mostly because like it has that, when you think of the smell of oil of Olay, like old lady, moisturizer, like cold cream, like it just stinks. Like I don't want my moisturizers to have a fragrance. Does that make sense? Unless it's that Chanel, which is amazing, but it's not heavy. The Chanel, that serum isn't heavy. Like, this is the fragrance, like, isn't heavy, and this is, it's heavy. But I have noticed, like, if I put this under the eyes, my makeup goes on so good. My concealer right here. So I have been using that under the eyes, and it's been working great. And also, this did not break me out, which is really good, because I find, you know, it's hard to find a moisturizer, especially a cream moisturizer like this, something really thick and heavy. I have to be careful because most everything breaks me out, but like this didn't. So I was super surprised. And this does not have SPF in it. So just to be aware of that. But the one that I use probably the most, and after I use these two up, I got two huge, like, these are, how many ounces are these? This is the Clinique Moisture Surge, just the regular gel, and this is the 4.2 ounce. I've really gone through this pretty quick too since my treatment, because I've had to moisturize probably, I think they said to moisturize 4 or 5 times a day. Like, just come in here, slather on a ton of moisturizer so that your skin will heal faster. So I've gone through this quick, and this is the 4.2 ounces. And in my Nordstrom anniversary sale haul on my blog, diaryofthecoloradict.com, I got 2 of these 4.2 ounces for $99, which is a great deal. But anyway, yeah, so this is just the regular Moisture Surge. It's not the Intense, so it's the gel one. And a little bit of this goes a really long way. So I take about that much and then I put it on my face. Kind of getting off topic, but I want to explain these products to you guys. But this is so good. I love this. It just like, it's kind of cooling, that gel, and it doesn't have a, like, it has a minor scent, but it's not like gross scent, and it's not overwhelming. It just smells like Clinique. Like, if you know what Clinique smells like, that's basically what it is. And I just get this rubbed in. I rub it in until I feel that it's soaked into my skin. I don't just like put it on and walk away, because I really want to feel like where else could I use a little bit more hydration, which is usually those areas where I get dry. So I'll take a little bit more and kind of dot it in those areas and really get it into the skin. And then after I do that, I just make sure it's like on the sides here. Sometimes I'll get it on my ears, because I know if I'm wearing a foundation that I need to blend down or blend into my hairline or my ears. If I'm like, you know, self-tanned or whatever. Make sure that everything's moisturized and it is ready to take on foundation. I guess my skincare routine is not very typical. Like, I mean, I instantly go to a scrub in the morning. That's what I've always done. And then exfoliate, exfoliate, exfoliate. That's basically the general rule of everything that, you know, I do, like with the Paula's Choice stuff and retinol and everything I use. And I'm going to do a nighttime skincare routine for you guys soon. I have to wait probably, I think I have 2 more days before I can actually start using my retinol again. And then I'm going to do a nighttime routine for you guys to show you what I use at night. So kind of like a get unready with me. We'll do that. Anyway, so yeah, that's my skincare routine for the morning. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. I would really appreciate it if you subscribed or gave this video a thumbs up. And then if you haven't already, subscribe to my blog so you never miss a post there. I post there quite a bit. And, oops, sorry. And then follow me on Instagram and on Twitter. And I really appreciate you guys for watching today, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.